Hey folks, it's Andrew, and welcome back to Workshop and Share. So, Workshop and Share is a collaboration between REMC 13's 517 EdTech and Shiawassee County's SITN, where we provide you the space and the resources to quickly walk through a new EdTech skill that you can apply instantly in your classroom for the sake of good teaching and learning. And this is episode 3. For episodes 1 and 2, you'll need to join the Google group. More on that in a minute. I am Andrew Shaver, and I will be your presenter for this session. I am joined in this project by Allison Rogers of Clinton County RESA, Christy Lobdell of Eaton RESA, and Tom Laux of the Shiawassee RESD. If you have any questions about this or any of our other offerings, please feel free to reach out to the person in your county. So before we get started, we want to give credit where it's due. This is not our idea, and actually the person we got it from, it's not her idea either. This originally started as a Gold EDU idea, and you can see the educators involved there. And then it was presented to us by one of our collaborating partners over on the other side of Michigan, Sarah Wood. And they have very graciously allowed us to utilize a lot of the graphics and a lot of the content for this presentation. So thank you very much for them. If you want more information on their work, there's their contact information there. So if you're new to this, you're going to want to check out the Google group. The Google group is where you're going to stay up to date on new content that's being released. So this is episode 3, and we are eventually going to be releasing 6 of these this school year and possibly more moving forward. So those will come in forms of emails, and plus you'll be connected to a network of right now about 30 educators who are working through the other sessions of this at their own pace. To join the Google group, look on the screen right now and you'll see a red bit.ly link, bit.ly/join workshop and share. You're going to see a button that says ask to join group. If you go to that link and it doesn't work like it's supposed to, at the bottom of this screen right now, you'll see a bit.ly to a help document that should be able to help you. Remember also, you can reach out to any of us on the team and we'll be able to walk you through that process too. Now, a couple of quick disclaimers. You may find that the emails go to your spam folder. So you may have to check your spam folder if you joined the group and you're not getting any emails from us. Also, some districts block Google Groups. It's a newer feature, and some districts haven't opened that up. If that's true for you, then you may need to use your personal Gmail to join the Google group. So as I said, this is a series, and this is episode 3. So we've got Google Form headers and Jamboard activators already completed as sessions 1 and 2, waiting for you to go through them if you're interested in those topics. HyperDocs is going to be the next topic up, and we've got more coming. So, you ready? Let's take a look at ChoiceBoards. In short, what a ChoiceBoard is it's a way to help students make decisions when there are multiple ways that they can navigate a learning opportunity. So maybe it's a project, or maybe you've got some review, or maybe there's a new a topic that you're wanting them to explore, and you've got a couple of different pathways that the students could go, and you'd be fine with any one of them. We want to try to find opportunities to give students choice as often as possible, because by giving them choice, you provide them ownership. And that ownership helps the students understand their role in the learning process, so that they see learning in your class as something that they are an active collaborator and participant in, rather than education being something that is done to them. If you're interested, here's the MyText and the ISTE standards for this content. Feel free to pause the video and take a read through that if you want to. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. The one on the left has sort of a game board feel, where the students have to walk through that path, and you notice that there's 2 different colors on the pathway, stuff they must do and stuff that they can do. And this provides them a choice as they go through the different as they go through this activity, and lets them know sort of what the minimum requirements are, but also gives them some ideas if they wanted to add some additional elements to their work. The one on the right has more of a bingo card feel to it, where the students are given an opportunity to explore coding. The teacher does not care which of those things they do. They can choose whichever they want. And there may be a policy in place that every 10 minutes you have to switch, or you have to explore at least 3 of them, or something like that. Those are policies you can put in place in your classroom. So we want to stay conscious of the fact that we're really pushing toward creating universally designed classrooms. In short, a universally designed classroom is a classroom where students are going to find the barriers to entry for the content, for the activities, for providing evidence of their own learning greatly, greatly reduced. Ideally, there wouldn't be any. So ChoiceBoards are a tool that can be really useful in a universally designed classroom, as far as giving students choice as to how they're engaging the learning based on their strengths or preferences. Giving students choice encourages them to consider the path that's unique to them. So like, why do I prefer this? Or when I chose this, it seems like maybe I struggled more or I was more successful, and what's going on there. Also, giving students choice gives you as the teacher an opportunity to give them feedback, not just about the what of learning, but also about the how of learning, so that you have an opportunity to talk to the students about the way that they're doing their work and the way that they're learning in your classroom, as opposed to simply whether or not they've learned enough stuff. All right, so let's head over to Google Slides and we'll make a choice board. So the first thing you'll want to do is consider the actual choices that you're giving your students. And once you've kind of got a plan for how that's going to be organized graphically, now using slides, you have all the creative components that you need to create your choice board. So, for example, you've got the option of changing background colors. Click here on background. And this gives you the option to change the color of the background, or you could insert an image. Now, if you choose image, you have the option to upload something from your computer, to use your camera, or to search either Google or your Google Drive. If you don't want to search Google, you have the option of using additional photo tools like Unsplash, for example, to find images that you can then upload as the background of your choice board. On slide 19 of the slide deck, you will see additional platforms and sites and applications where you can find more free-to-use images. So let's go to let's do an image search here. So now that you've got a background set, you can start adding either shapes or lines or images or tables to your choice board to help graphically represent the choices that the students will have. So to add shapes, you'll go up here to Insert, and one of your options is going to be Shape. So it says Shapes here. Once you've drawn your shape, you have the ability to change the colors of it here with your paint can, and you've got other options as well. You can also go and draw additional shapes. This button here functions like a shortcut as well, so it'll open right up. So there's 2 ways you can do it. And then you can choose either graphical arrows, or with this tool here, you've got lines and all kinds of other lines with arrows and points, elbows and curves and that kind of stuff as well. Also, tables work out really nicely for choice boards too, as you remember with the like bingo card looking example that we had. Click on Insert, and about 6 options down, you'll see Table. So when you hover over this, you'll see this expanding diagram that gives you the options to decide how large of a table that you want to insert. So let's suppose I'm just going to do a 4x2. And now you can drag this table around, and now you can start typing in each of the boxes of the table. And each one of these boxes can have its own background as well. And go over here. Notice I'm just clicking up on this paint can. Blue background for the third one. You also have the option to create word art. So in order to create word art, you go up to Insert, and you see all the way down here, it says Word Art. And when you click on that, it will give you a spot to type in some text. Okay, so this gives you, so this just creates a really graphical way for you to be creative with the way that the words look. Click up here on Format Options. It gives you additional options as to how you change the way that the text looks. So you can rotate it. You can add shadows. So maybe we want a nice red shadow. If you're interested in additional options for word art, on slide 24 of the slide deck, you'll see a couple of word art generators that are free to use and web-based as well. Now, it should be said that Google Slides is not the only tool you can use to make choice boards. So let's take a look at Canva. We talked about Canva in sessions 1 and 2. But as a review, Canva is a digital design tool that creates all kinds of different graphical things. Here in this search bar, you can search for anything. And so ChoiceBoards could be one of the things we search for. And that will bring up some templates. And Canva, of course, is a tool that is going to be used for lots of different things, in addition to ChoiceBoards, flyers and logos and posters and all kinds of different things. So sometimes you have to take something that may not originally be a ChoiceBoard, but look at the possibilities. So let's suppose that you really like this format for a document and you want to convert this into a ChoiceBoard. Perfectly legitimate move. Okay, so in Canva, when you open up one of these templates, all of these things are editable. You can change the background color, all these little graphics. You can change those if you maybe aren't in a time of year where you think something that looks like a snowflake works or something like this. This is just text that you can retype. Okay. And each one of these things, which kind of look like Post-it notes, you have the ability to change the colors of. So up here, you can pick the colors that you want. And here it even shows you all the colors that are on the document so that you don't have to guess which color of pink that is if you want to make sure and match it, or if you want to do some switching around. So it's really, really user-friendly in that regard. All of this stuff is editable. All this stuff is movable. And so once you've created the choice board the way that you like it, this button up here will give you the ability to download it. And you can download it in a picture format, in a PNG or a JPEG, or you can download it in a PDF. All right, so now is your turn. Using either Google Slides or Canva or a tool of your choice that you know how to use, go ahead and make a choice board for you and your students. All right, so on slide 31 of the slide deck, you will see 4 ChoiceBoard share out spots. ChoiceBoards for younger students, ChoiceBoards for older students, ChoiceBoards for educators, and other miscellaneous cool ideas. As if you can think of ChoiceBoards for clubs or for other things, you can share them there. Choose the slide deck that best fits the ChoiceBoard that you made. And then go ahead and click on that and it'll open up. So then head over to the choice board that you made. And if you chose Google Slides, just hover over the slide that you created, right click on it and hit copy. And then when you go back over here, choose a slide, an empty one, right click on it and hit paste. Now, because you're importing a slide, just go ahead and hit do not link, because what it's going to try and do is it's going to try and create a hyperlink to this presentation, which you don't want to do. Now, if you're using Canva, you're going to want to download this. Now, I suggest you use a PNG file, because then we're going to upload it as a picture. So back here in the Google Slides, you'll want to insert, pick an empty slide, insert an image, upload from computer, and then go find that document that you just downloaded. Right there. So at this point, you can go ahead and feel free to look at what other contributions the other learners have made and borrow their ideas from them. Just make sure to give them appropriate credit, and as needed, make copies of things so that if you have to make edits, you're not editing their original creation. And then also there on slide 35, you'll see a link to some feedback. We would love to hear what the experience was like, what you're using ChoiceBoards for, what you've learned, what ideas you took, and what value you found, plus in addition to feedback that we could use to improve for future sessions. Also, if you are interested in earning a sketch for this, you will need to fill out that feedback form as part of the process. So that's ChoiceBoards, Session 3 of Workshop and Share. On behalf of Allison, Christy, and Tom, once again, my name is Andrew Shawver. You'll see our contact information there on the screen. We look forward to reaching out to you with more Workshop and Share content. And in the meantime, reach out to us if there's anything we can do to be helpful, and we look forward to seeing you around.